Alright, let's talk blades, everybody, because that's what we're into. So, got another Benchmade for you. This one is the Benchmade 940-2. Excuse me, this is not the 940-2. This is the 940 Osborne. This is not the Dash 2. I apologize. But that's the closest one I could find, because apparently I can't find this exact one. Could be the heat. I'm not entirely sure. But this is the 940 Osborne. Every knife collector, if you like Benchmade, this is one of those ones that you cannot be without. This is one of those knives that kind of echoes one of Benchmade's flagship knives. Everybody loves. Everybody knows about. Everybody has heard about. And for me, I had to get myself a Benchmade Osborne. So I have not carried this at all. I purchased it, looked at it, fiddled with it, and I put it away. Because I can tell you right now, I liked it. It's lightweight, it's small, and it has kind of like a reverse tanto, I think is what they like to call it. It's a very nice knife. It really is. That is carbon fiber. Excuse me. Is that carbon fiber? I believe that is G10. It just kind of looks like carbon fiber. It's got these interesting anodized green standoff pillars. It's a very interesting knife. It really, really is. You got that S30V blade. And I don't know why the pocket clip on this thing is so huge, but probably because of it being the size that it is. This is the kind of knife, and I chose the half serrations. I don't know why I like that on my knives. I just do, because you never know when you're going to need something that needs a little bit more bite when you're cutting. This is also relatively decently priced. When I got this knife, it was probably around about like 140, 150. Right now, I'm looking at the Benchmade 940-2 on Amazon, and it's coming out at 154 even. So I don't know. It's another one of those Benchmades that I just really, really liked and really saw the ergos to it, and I wanted to hold one so I can feel the ergos to it, and it does. It feels exactly how I expected it to feel. To me, it's a little bit small. You can get a whole grip on there if you really wanted to, but the jimping is only right around here, so I guess saber grip, and that kind of sits inside of your palm if you're really trying to use it for, that, unless you want to hold it like such and then put your thumb on the back end right here where there's no jimping. So the Osborne is just one of those type of knives you got to have in your collection if you're a blade lover like me. It's one of those ones. It's kind of like the PM2. You can't have a blade collection without the ones you heard so much of. So let's get into the specs on this thing. And yes, like any Benchmade knife purchase, you get a free pull string bag with it. I think it's cotton. Yeah, it's like a cotton bag. You just drop it in there, and then you when you want to store it somewhere, and you just, if you don't, you want the pretty to stay pretty. So there's that. That's nice. I think that's a nice touch from a company. I think one other company I know does that, and that's a cheaper knife company called Gonzo. They started doing that with theirs too, but there's cheaper knives. But they copy more expensive high-end knives and make lower-end knives that are like $25 or under $30, under $20 knives that are, they look just like the expensive ones but have cheaper materials, obviously. So yeah, 2.58 ounces, very lightweight. And of course, let's go ahead and get to the meat of the video, the measurements. So 3.5 inch cutting edge with an overall really close to 8 inches overall. not bad. Not bad. Yes, it does have liners in there. They're kind of recessed. You can barely see them. Oh, I know. Never mind. Excuse me. Those aren't liners. I was fooled. Half-heartedly. So the rest of it is just the G10 handle scales, but there's a little bit of support there. Interesting. Okay. And of course you got the phosphor bronze bushings that I can see. You can see the gold. So yeah, that makes this thing really, really smooth for deployment. And of course you got the ever so popular, I don't know why I keep forgetting these things. Lock. Sorry, I'm not really, it's just really hot today. It's really, really hot today. But yeah, no, this is one of those knives. It's really, really nice. Liked it so much. I haven't even cut anything with it before, ever. Like I said, I played around with it. I think it was around Christmas time I got this, but this was years back. Yeah, ridiculously sharp this thing is. Yeah. And like I said, that's the first time it's ever cut anything, so... it's just one of those knives. It's just pretty. Really, really pretty. Of course, you know, Benchmade is that kind of thing. I never knew anybody who owned this. I've always seen videos on YouTube of people who are like, yeah, well, this knife is compared to, what am I carrying today? Bam, and they pull out the Osborne, you know, and they're just like, oh yeah, I love the Osborne, and I'm always like, what is the hype on this knife? I ended up getting it. I ended up liking it. But it was one of those knives where this is a decent EDC. You know, you can pop it open, you can do your cutting with it. Would I use this knife for self-defense? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, if it's the only thing I had on me and I'm getting my leg torn off by some, you know, raptor-like dog, then maybe I might bust this out, try and defend myself so I don't lose a limb, maybe, but I don't really see this knife as something that I would use for self-defense. Yeah, but this access lock, that's what it's called. Access lock. The access lock. Escusi. Yeah, so I figured it out. Yeah, access lock. See, I'm telling you, man, it's the heat, dude. It's so freaking hot. I have my door open, my windows open right now. And the fans are running, as you can hear. So it's just blowing hot air around, but I'm trying to get used to the heat a little bit. You know, I'm a California dude, so that's kind of what I gotta do. Yeah, this is just one of those knives. It's just pretty. Feels decent in the hand. I'm not gonna say that it feels luxurious, because in all honesty, it doesn't. To me, it just feels like any knife that I would hold in my hand. I would like it a little bit more if it was just a little bit bigger. I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. Hold up. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It just seems so much smaller in my eyes right now. I don't know what it is. It just seems so much smaller. It's got this weird swedge up here that I kind of think kind of makes it look really attractive. If you can see that. But it is a really pretty knife, though. I just, for some weird reason, in pictures, it looks so much bigger than it actually feels. So, of course, you can switch the pocket clip from left or right, but it is only strictly tip-up carry. So if that doesn't bother you, well then, you know, this knife might be for you. Why not? But this isn't exactly my particular perfect EDC, though I see a lot of people, or I've seen a lot of people carry the Osborne so much. But who knows, maybe I might grow into it. Not entirely sure. But I like a knife that I could also look at as more than just a tool, you know. But this is strictly for those who just want just that. And hey, you know what? This might be perfect for you. I don't know. If you haven't checked out an Osborne or even purchased one and you're thinking about getting an Osborne from Benchmade, I'd do it. I mean, it's all gain and not lost, so why not? I don't know. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks a bunch.